Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and I just realized I forgot to put my bracelet on. I don't even know where it is. But for the moment, before she gets too crazy, I looked down into her cage just before I started recording, and there was a little Gojira running around and looking up at me. So I picked her up and put her in my pocket, and now she's running around, as you can see. She is a sweetheart. She is an absolutely wonderful little hamster. I mean, and she is, too. Aside from when I accidentally broke her mind for a few days, and I feel horrible about that because I really did. She was chewing on the inside of her cage because she's a chewer, and I kept trying to fix it so that she couldn't chew, and it terrorized her because I had to move things into her cage, and by the time it was done, she was terrified. It took days before she would even drink water. I was afraid she was not going to survive, but she's calmed down and it's good. She still comes out to see me when I do things. And when she hears me or sees me, she comes out to see what's up. And she is just awesome. So I'm going to put her back in her cage because I don't want her to feel ever scared or terrified anymore. So here we go, little one. Ta-da! She's a sweetheart. Quite often she just, when I set her down, she just stays right where she is and then just starts grooming. And that's awesome. That's very cool. All my other hamsters are, well, up against the wall. I think it's little Figmo, I believe, is drinking over there against the wall. But past that, everybody else is asleep, which is okay. It's a good thing. Oh, shucks, I forgot to change that. Oh, well, such is life. I didn't change that. My apologies. I think it was going to be like because I felt like it or something like that. Some odd thing, but hey. So yesterday was kind of a painful day. My back had what felt like a dagger right in between there's your lumbar vertebrae, which has no ribs attached, and you have your thoracic vertebrae, which is where you have your rib cage come out. Because your lumbar vertebrae curve inward if you're facing that way, and your thoracic vertebrae curve outward. That joint right there, oh my god, so often it just feels like someone's got a dagger shoved right into my back. Now I know it would sever my spine if it was right there, so it's not literally a dagger, but it's the pain right there. Just feels like stabbed. It is sharp and awful. And yesterday I had that a lot, so I was leaning backward with my back support pillow turned upside down so that the bigger support part is upward, and having the extreme arch in my back. And that, I think, is what saved me, because oftentimes when I'm not doing it that way, this bad feeling in my back will show up. And if I have that bad feeling in my back, that's going to mean restless leg that night. But when I keep the pillow upside down, and so it's got the point of maximum push outward up higher, that actually seems to do better. So last night I actually slept, not awesomely. I actually had to wake up and flip over onto my other side because I don't move when I'm asleep. I actually have to physically wake up and become conscious to actually move any part of my body. If I have to move my arm, then I have to wake fully up before I can move my arm. Whereas normally when you're asleep and your arm hurts, you wake up just enough to move your arm and then you drift back down into sleep. I've got to come all the way up into wakefulness and then go, oh God, my arm hurts, and then move my arm and then try and fall back to sleep afterward. So my left shoulder really hurt, so I had to flip over onto my right side. And then my entire right side and back hurt after that, so I had to flip back over onto my left. But at least for a time I can get over onto the other side, onto my right, It's painful and awful, but at least I can do it for a little while. Thumbs up for that. Yay! I'm not quite sure yet exactly why I don't have food stamps. I still have to call the Department of Social and Health Services. I have not done that yet. I'm having issues making phone calls again, and that's not good. And I don't have any money, so I can't buy gasoline. So I had to call up my therapist and cancel for today. So he says that he can do online sessions. So I need to call him up and see if I can set one of those up. But I gotta make phone calls. Oh, there are so many very important calls I have to make, and I find making phone calls so incredibly difficult right now. Again. So if it's not forward movement, hopefully it's just lateral movement in my recovery through my depression and death of my wife and all. So hopefully it's just lateral movement and not stepping backward, because that would not be good. And let me see if I can locate my bracelet. Where did I put it? I took it off before I went walking so I wouldn't lose it. And now here it is. Yay! Now I no longer feel naked. There, things are right and proper again. I go clicky when my arm moves. Past that, there's nothing really been going on in my life. I've just been making videos and then going out for walks and going to sleep, or trying to go to sleep, and either sleeping or just having a long night, where they sure feel longer in the days, but there you go. The construction on the road is absolutely amazing. They've got blacktop down. Now I'm hoping they're going to put another layer of blacktop down on everything, but they've only got to the 12th, and today is what, the 10th? Is it the 10th, or it's the 11th? So that's 2 days. But all of the rims, the curves, only there's, you don't have, if you try to come up to like one of those wheelchair ramp sidewalks, it curves down to the curb so that you can get onto it. But the curb drops about 2 inches down to the road. So they need to put more blacktop up to the level of the curb. I'm not sure they're going to do that. But if they don't, it's going to be a mess, especially since there's one section on the road leading up Olympic Highway where there's a manhole cover and another grate they're like this much exposed metal, and that's going to destroy tires. They have to put another layer down. But I'm not sure if they're gonna. I sure hope they do. But it's an amazing change with blacktop on the road, the sidewalks on the one side all done, all the street lights coming on. It looks really sharp. Now they've gotten rid of one access road that you used to be able to take to get onto into the library. As you came down Olympic Highway, or yeah, you couldn't, well, you could turn into it, which is probably why they got rid of it. As you came down Olympic Highway, there was an access road off of that to get into the library, and then another block there was the four-way street light. They've closed off the access. They're putting a sidewalk in front of that, and I don't know, it looks like just little, I've shown in the walkies videos I had, they had like these little foundations, and inside of it they just got rocks dumped. So I guess they're having like rock gardens where the road used to be, and they're laying some sidewalks in there. So that part's cool ish. I mean, it sucks they're taking the road out, but at least they're putting some other stuff in. They're putting dirt inside of the concreted areas that they're using instead of just lane dividers, which I still think is crazy. Some of those roads now where the dividers are really really, really narrow. That's the word I was looking for. I do not know who was calling. That just turned off the ringer, so hopefully if it's like my therapist calling, because I left a message on his answering machine that I wouldn't be able to make it, hopefully it's going to get picked up by our answering machine downstairs. Hopefully. But the road is looking good. It's looking nice, and that's a good thing. Very, very cool. But yeah, I went walkies last night all the way. Didn't take the extra loop to add an extra mile onto it. But, excuse me, that was painful. But I just made the regular straight walk from South Shelton, almost forgot where I lived, down into downtown, across downtown, up into northern Shelton, all the way up to Walmart, and then into the Fred Meyer's parking lot because I didn't go inside anywhere, and then so just to make it a little bit longer, and then turned around and walked all the way back. So that's a good thing. And of course it was, I think about everything. I think about stories, I think about life, I think about I just think about thinking. I think about the walks that I'm on, and one of the things was, you know, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You know, that's a good thing, and it's an awesome thing. But it's like last night, it was because I walk to walk. I'm not walking to go anywhere. I'm walking to walk. And so it's like, yeah, the journey is the destination. Once I've started walking, I've already gotten where I'm going. The journey is the destination. Where I'm heading isn't important. It's the fact that I'm moving, the fact that I'm going somewhere. I know where I'm going, and we don't know where well, I'm ruining the song, so it's a Talking Head song with Road to Nowhere, but it's like, you know, we don't know where we're going, or we know where we're going, but we don't know where we've been, and just, you know, the future is hazy, you know, and then the whole song is, we're on the road to nowhere. Come on inside. And that's life. That's life in a nutshell, you know, all of our lives. The journey is the destination. We are on the road to nowhere. So, come on inside, have fun. Might as well. What other point is there? What other meaning? For this physical universe, I say nothing about any sort of afterlife, spirituality, or anything like that. I speak only of this physical universe in this physical world that we live in. I make no value judgments or statements about beliefs or anything like that. I have my own beliefs, and they're just beliefs. And there's nothing wrong with beliefs and spirituality. It's when spirituality and belief becomes wound up into organized religion that's a problem, because organized religion is about control. And that's not a good thing. Life is life. Past that though, still just doing what I gotta do, trying to get out into the world, trying to make those phone calls that I have to make. Driving me crazy. Taking care of my hamsters. Little Gojira is just wide awake down there. She is still just wandering around and doing stuff. So I'm going to reach down and grab her again. Because she just... I even can come down in a predatory type fashion with my hand was like a claw coming at her. And if I had even tried that with any of the others, they would have shot. They would have gone off in like, well, like their lives depended on it. But little Gojira, she didn't do that. She just sort of hunkered down a little and waited. So she's a sweetheart. She's not very survival oriented, but that's okay. She is an absolute sweetheart. So I'm going to put her back down and let her run around, and then hopefully she's going to go back to sleep. I say back to sleep because she was sleeping, or at least resting, when I first came in. And hamsters are most active at dusk and dawn. So it's not bad that she's awake now, because they will adapt to your schedule. They can adapt. It's just they need routine like people do. So just being woke up randomly at weird times isn't going to help them. But if they're kept to a schedule, that's a good thing. Past that is stated, just gonna make some videos. I got this video, hey, and then there's another video that I record game videos in 2 chunks now, which is one chunk, one 40-minute chunk that I cut into 2 parts. Have one 20-minute video on the one day and then one 20-minute video the next day, and I find that it works real well for me, and that's a good thing. It's actual time management, and what I want to do is add some more personalized intros at the end, because right now they just sort of end with no real warning, because I never know where the middle is going to be when I'm making the video. So I can't just say, hey, we're going to stop here, because if I'm right in the middle of something, I can't do that. So I'm going to try and come up with something that'll make it better. But I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. And I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to just thank everybody for having left a comment. A good comment, a bad comment, and a different comment. The fact is, you left a comment. Thank you very much. Later on, I'm going to go through and read the comments. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as I can think of answers for. Definitely a thumbs up. But for right now, again, just thanking you for having left a comment. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. I count in American Sign Language, and even though that's why it's a range of 20 to... I said that all weird, and now my brain isn't working. It is a range of 20 to 25 because of my fibro, depression, and more. So even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, I'm still going to get lost. There we go. My brain is broken this morning. But that happens. Polido 71497, thank you so very, very much. And Raymond Brisendine? Boy, I'm nowhere close, but thank you so very, very much. And Carolinum, greatly appreciated. Always good to see you in the comments. Definitely a thumbs up. And Kohler, C-H-O-L-E-R, thank you very, very much. MP, greatly appreciated. Chris with an apostrophe, thumbs up and thank you. Kathy Kitscat, greatly appreciated. THTJ, thank you very, very much. And Smiley322, greatly appreciated. And Wally, greatly appreciated. Lucifer, always good to have you as a subscriber. Good thumbs up and thank you. Datrine Lewis, greatly appreciated. Neil Adrian Tina, thumbs up and thank you. Leah Truxoff, I sure hope I'm close and thank you. Jamie Enoch, greatly appreciated. Epic Builds YT, thumbs up and thank you. M. Kusaka 1613, greatly appreciated. And Caroline C, thumbs up and thank you. Private McLaren, greatly appreciated. The Biscuit Man, Fortnite gameplays, just about every digit or vowel was replaced with a digit, so it was kind of hard to figure out at first. And Goka-Gola, thank you very, very much. Cut Your Bullshit, thank you very much. And Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. QP Minecraft Pro, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Eddie Johnson, thank you all so very much, each and every one of you. Oh, my arm is so sore right here. Ever since I fell on the ice, about a month ago, I've had sharp pain right up in here. And even now, still, just holding up my arm right there, it hurts right there where I did not hit this part of my body. I came down hard on my elbow and my arm up here, tore up my hand. And I still wonder if I fractured the bone up here just a little bit, because it still hurts. Not a lot, not a ton, but some, and not always. So I did some damage there, and I don't know what. Life is life. Bear your battle scars with pride. If you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool and greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. So I've got this video, other videos. I got stuff coming up, and that's a good thing. I hope you have a great day today. I got really rushed at the end, and that's a good thing. So take care. I'll see you on the flip side. Have a great day. I don't know where my brain is.